Hello everyone, welcome. Okay, let me post all of them. There we go. So today I'm going to be doing an unboxing video of the Cupid Parasite fan disc, which is called Cupid Parasite Sweet and Spicy Darling. Note that in this video, the unboxing will show the secret love interest from the first game. So if you're like, okay, I don't want to know who the secret love interest is, then I would give this video / stream a miss. But if you're okay with knowing who the secret love interest is, then cool, stay. And hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Hi Ada, hi Kennedy, welcome. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a little bit while people come along. But yeah, I've played a couple of routes for this one, so I will be sort of sharing my first impressions type of thing as well. Because I don't know, I feel like this game some people will be really into while others will be highly put off by. So like basically if you go in thinking it's purely going to be like romance, then I don't know, you may be disappointed because it does go really wacky and crazy. And yeah, so if you're going to play this game, I would highly recommend you understanding that it is like a wacky, crazy kind of game as opposed to just like fluffy and I don't know. Hi Keiki, welcome. Okay, let me at least take the plastic off. And don't you just love that Chappie has, like, I left Chappie to his own vices at one point, came back and he'd basically like played and chewed every bit of, oh my god. Okay, remember, the secret ally is like all over this cover, so if you don't want to know, move on. If you're okay with that, stay and you'll have fun. I'm sure. I hope. Now, how do I do this without... Every time I'm like... Ooh, just don't want to break the... I should have done this bit like before. Oh, there we go. I always regret not doing this bit before. You're curious? Yeah. It is an interesting one, that's for sure. Some of the routes I have played, I was very confused what was happening at points. Okay, come on. I do love unboxing videos. They're just so much fun, you know. Feels like Christmas. Okay, so that's the plastic. Now, so this is what the cover looks like. It's quite big. It's like the size of my face, I guess. But that is the new character, Melanis something. He's a fortune teller. And in his route, it's as if you're starting the first game, I believe, except you just get this character's route. And then you've got, and the rest of the routes is like from the best ending of the main game. And it's kind of got a plot. It's got a spicy and a sweet ending, which is nice. I mean, anyone who buys Ellie is going to get spoiled about the secret love. It's very true. I'm just trying to be very mindful of those who may not realize this, just in case. Personally, I don't mind if I learn of who the excuse me, I'm still recovering from my cold. I personally don't mind knowing who the secret love interest is, and to be honest, I kind of like guessed it really early. Usually if there's a really attractive character, there's a possibility of it being a secret love interest, right? So I was a bit like, okay, I knew that was coming. But I know some people are quite sensitive to that sort of thing, so. Oh, the metal case is so pretty. So it's like, it kind of shines with hearts. See? And ignore the fact that one of my nails doesn't have like a pretty nail on it. It kind of came off. I know, lovely. But that's the steel case. Oh, they look so dashing in their suits. And then when you open it up, it's got the cute little mini like chibi art. I still don't know who my favorite is, to be honest, out of all the love interests. They all have a special place in my heart. Hi, Lisu, welcome. So yeah, that's actually quite pretty. I'm kind of tempted to get my like main game fan disc out and like compare, but then I'll have to be like, then I'll have to go and take it out, and I'm a bit lazy. Okay, so we've got the case. Then we've got the audio dramas, and the translation can be found on the website. We've got like the vlogs of all the characters, as well as like a bachelor party, practice time for love confessions, and I don't know. But so drama CD. You know what? I really should buy a CD player, like one of those really cute modern ones, because like otherwise I'm never gonna listen to any of these. But that is the, and oh my god, my nose is being look, okay, I did my makeup and then I do like, I blow my nose and then now it's all red and all the foundation comes off. Lovely. And then, so you've got that. But pretty nails are very pretty. Oh, thank you, Kennedy. I mean, I was wrong about the secret love interest. When I played the common route, I thought it was going to be Owen. Ah, see, I didn't think Owen was sparkly enough compared to the one that I saw. The case looks so cool. Kind of glad it wasn't Owen, honestly. See, I don't mind Owen, but he's a bit too short for my liking. I like height, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so maybe I will save these until the last, because these postcards have the promotional CGs. So, you know, I know that some of you don't want to see even the promotional CGs. So at the end, I'll be like, okay, those who don't want to see promotional CGs can leave now. And all of that. So what's this? We have got some sort of, I don't know what this is, to be honest. I really love the color scheme for Cupid Parasite. It's just so, it's so bright. It's so bright and pretty. Okay, now let's see what it is. Kind of glad it wasn't. Yeah. Okay, this, you know what this feels like? I know it's not, but this packaging feels like the cardboard packaging for eyeshadows that you get, except it's not. Oh, I would love it if Otome Games like collabed with like a makeup company though. Okay, what is this? What's going on? I don't understand. What is this? I'm so confused. Is it where you put the... Oh, maybe you're supposed to like... Okay, so maybe you're supposed to put these in here and then like have it decorated like this somewhere. I don't understand what it is. It's like an accordion. Oh my god. Oh, it's too late. I'm just tired and it's making me hyper. But that is what it looks like. I think that's what it is. I'm trying to look at them all, but it keeps on going, you know? They're really cute though. If you... let me go one by one. It's to show it off. Oh my god. But the like, so it's like, yeah, I think you can stick them in and like use it as if it's a book or something. But I do find the chibi art is just so adorable. I love the chibi art so much. It's so cute. And then the other side is like them in the, ooh, this is dangerous for someone clumsy like me. I'm gonna break it at this rate. And that. And then that. And then that. Honestly, I would have preferred an acrylic stand with this. Not that it isn't, but it's just awkwardly. I'm like, what is going on? Okay, so we've got that. Ta-da! Okay, next. I think this is the last thing. It is, I think, a fan book or an art book or something. So we've got some promotional CGs and things, so you've got key visual illustrations, limited edition packaging illustrations, standard edition packaging illustration, and then you've got like characters and things and like their info, and then short stories right at the end, as well as like credits and staff commentary. Yeah, so it's got the art. I'm watching it while I'm Discord with my boyfriend explaining it's that game I was baking for, and he's meaning like, yes, I remember, that's Cupid Parasite with Mr. Snail. I'm still confused why he's called Shelby Snail, you know? Oh, I love Lynette. She's so pretty. Look at her. I love the little furs she's wearing. She is hands down my favorite main character. For sure. And then you got Gil Lovecraft. It's got like different expressions. Shelby's spicy expression makes me laugh because he has his like he's got his little tongue sticking out. Oh yeah, now Rao wears like his sunglasses as a disguise and like parts of his roots. Kind of funny. Oh, I am so looking forward to Yuki root. I've heard it's really good. I've heard interesting things about Peter's route, so I'm like, I don't know when to play it. I don't know whether to end it in a big bang and play his route, because I've heard, I'm not gonna say, but I've heard some interesting things that makes me curious. But cool. So that's that. And then I shall do a little bit of a first impressions kind of thing. So basically, the way it starts, and I promise I'll do the postcards in the end. But so the game starts with basically Lynette's best ending. So of course, you know, she's gone through all of the trials and difficulties of falling in love with a human being, and eventually yeah, they get together and live happily ever after, whether it be they're married or, you know, whatever. And then the end, like a lot of the stories for this game is what happens after that. So, you know, for example, Gil, they got married and he wants to show her to his family properly. Like his family wants a wedding at theirs, and so la-di-da-di-da, that sort of thing. But of course, in the middle of it, something happens and you're like, oh no, and then they like resolve it, and then they live even further happily ever after, whether it be in the spicy end, sweet end, or the sweet and spicy end, because there are 3 endings. Now, one of the characters did have a bad ending. I don't know why only that one did. Maybe the others do as well, but so far out of the 3 routes I've played, for some reason only one has a bad ending. It kind of made me laugh, because when you pick the options to get to that bad ending, it like warns you. It goes, you're going down a route that's a bit too spicy that it's bad, right? Are you sure you want to go into this route? And you're like, yes. And they're like, okay, you said you wanted to. So it does kind of prepare you for the bad ending, which is kind of funny because, you know, one of the reasons why I like Cupid Parasite is that I felt very like comfortable playing it. There was none of this like, oh, there's gonna be a bad ending. It's not like that. It felt very like cushioned, a nice calming experience. No one dies. That sort of thing. So it did make me laugh that even in the fan disc they're like, okay, right, we're gonna warn you before you go down the bad ending. From the ones I've played, the spicy ending seems to be the wackiest. The sweet ending is too sweet, and then the sweet and spicy is like a good balance, and I would say that's like the true and happily ever after ending. I normally am not that huge on fan discs, if I'm to be completely honest, because like I kind of get a bit bored. So personally, I enjoy the characters like that kind of tension when they know they like each other, but they're not sure about the other's feelings, and they're like sort of, I love that tension. So once they come together, I'm like, okay, I'm over it now. That was fun. Moving on, like you know. So because of that, I'm not usually into fan discs, but with Cupid Parasite, I heard some interesting things from my friend, and that made me want to play it. I was like, okay, I need to check this out with my own two eyes. And I played it, and I was pleasantly surprised. And give me a moment while I blow my nose again. Sorry about that. Stupid code. Hi Liz, welcome. I think Shelby has the weirdest name. Yeah, I don't understand why he's called Snail, to be honest. It's kind of like Sympathy Kiss, where there isn't a bad ending. Gosh, so many otome gotta play. Oh, I love Wacky. I'm looking forward to it. And also being consequences in this game. Some of the choices do have consequences. Yeah, no, normally I'm not that into fan discs, to be honest, but this one, so I've played Shelby, Gil, and Raoul, and yes, we do get plenty of like, so let's say you play Cupid Parasite and you're like, okay, I like this character, I want to see more of him, I miss him, then this game is like great because you go in and it's like just sickly sweet, like they're so into each other, and oh my dear lord. And even Gil, I'm not a huge fan of Gil, if I'm to be completely honest. I don't have anything against him, and I don't really like mind him, it's just that his route for me wasn't that interesting. Even him, I'm like, oh, look at him, like, oh. So if there is a character you like in the main disc, then you'll probably really like him in this route. Now, one thing to note is that Lynette, you know, it's weird. So I personally enjoyed Lynette in the main game more. It kind of almost felt like Lynette, you know how you, like when a friend starts dating someone, and you know, when you enter a relationship, you need to like make compromises. So you may not necessarily, I don't know, you might change a little bit as a person in some ways, not because you had to, but like you sort of learn from each other, and so because you grow alongside each other, you grow together, and therefore your personality changes a little bit. Except in this game, it almost feels like that happened really quickly, because Lynette's personality in a couple seems so different from when she's like independent on her own. It almost feels like she doesn't care as much about her Cupid duties, which, I mean, logically, I guess it makes sense, maybe, with how things ended in the main game. But, like, I don't know. I think it may have bothered some people out there in that some of the things she does is a little bit out of character, which I sort of see. But I kind of saw it as she's dating someone new, she's grown as a person a little bit, whether it be for good or bad, I don't know, and that's why she's a little bit different, and that's kind of like the way I processed it, if that makes sense. I read Shelby's name as Shelby Snail. Gil's still gatekeeping rest of Cupid Parasite game for me. Oh, bless you. Yeah, his route was like, I don't know what it was, but his route in the main game, I just didn't find all that interesting. I think maybe it was a bit too vanilla, I don't know. The only fan list I have is Pure Fjorda and still haven't played it. Is Cupid Parasite FB better or worse than Pure Fjorda's FD? Because I'm hearing a lot of opinions about the Cupid. So Pure Fjorda, the fan disc, is actually a sequel more than a fan disc. So it's actually like a continuation and like there's more plot. Whereas Cupid Parasite, because it focuses so much on their love together as a whole, it feels more fan disc-like, and it's probably more of a fan disc. Although with like the 3 different endings, it did feel a bit more sequel-ish, which might be why I enjoyed it so much. I've heard better things about Pure Fjorda sequel than I have Cupid Parasite fan disc, but I don't know whether that's because there are more Pure Fjorda fans, or whether it's because Cupid Parasite fan disc isn't what a lot of people expected. I think a lot of people expected like your typical fan disc where it's just like, oh, they're cute together, oh. As opposed to, like, this was me playing the game. I don't know if that expressed my emotions when it went from they're so cute to what the hell is happening. I mean, I personally love it because I love wacky and crazy. But it may not be for some, especially if you're going in with like the mindset of, let's say, Code Realize fan disc, where the only plot is like, oh, I want to tell Lupin how much I love him, but I don't know how to. Like, the plot is a bit more than that, and it's less about like how cute they are together. It's more like, I don't know, it just goes a bit crazy. Oh, hey Ravens, welcome. Yeah, I put on the you have to sub on YouTube thing to avoid bots, basically. Maybe she becomes human, she really start caring less about being cute. She's in her honeymoon phase. Yeah, maybe. She becomes very, like, mellow. Like, you know how in the main disc she's, like, full of, like, rigor, and she's, like, energetic, and she's like, yeah, this is my goal in life. Whereas, like, in the fan disc, she's just kind of happy to plod along and follow whoever love interest that she ends up with. Which I guess a lot of people in the West prefer like a proactive kind of very personality heavy main character, whereas Lynette goes from that to becoming very like mellowed out. So that could be whatever, you know, what the issue was, so to speak. Because I've like on Twitter I've seen like people play this game and then sort of give what their thoughts are, and it's very like mixed. Some people are like, it's not that it's bad, it's just it's not what people expected, basically. So far I've played, yeah, Shelby, Raoul, and Gil. Gil's route for me probably was most like standard, maybe like vanilla. I mean, who's surprised it's Gil we're talking about here. Shelby's was, I can see some people not being too fond of his route. I won't say why because spoilers, but I mean, I found it personally hilarious. Some like I thought it was hilarious, just saying, putting it out there. But some people may be like, no. And Raoul's route, I can't even comment on that one. Like, honestly, I can't say anything without spoiling it. But all I can say is the last 30% of the route, oh my god, it was pure gold. Lynette character change, oh, I know. I mean, if you don't mind her being like more, I guess, mellow, she's still adorable, and some of her reactions are amazing. There's a reaction, like the way she reacts in Shelby's route under certain circumstances cracks me up so bad. I'm waiting for people to play Shelby's route and get to one particular scene because I actually burst out laughing and I had to like look around like, okay, I'm on my own. I'm not crazy, I swear. So, hi Louise, welcome. Oh god, those emojis. Oh my god. But yeah, the next route I'll probably play is, I'm not sure. I've heard good things about Yuki. I've heard madness about Peter. And Alan, I feel like I should leave until the end. Maybe I should consult my friend again. I don't know. I've heard like mixed things about Melanis. So I'm low-key tempted to play him after like one more short route. You know, whatever, however you put it. But yeah, so like my first impressions is, don't go in thinking it's just going to be a fluffy, cute, like adorable, look at them together kind of fan disc. Expect madness. It's certainly not vanilla. Let's put it that way. So go in with like an open mind rather than, oh, I want Cupid Parasite main disc and just sweeter, because it's not like that. It's not just like an amped up sweetness and sexiness. Yes, there are like spicy scenes in there. Obviously, it's Cupid Parasite. But I felt like the main attraction was like how wacky, like how far they pushed it. Now, of course, I haven't played all the routes, so I can't vouch for like the ones I haven't played. But the ones I have played have been a real roller coaster ride, and I really enjoyed it because I like wacky, and I wasn't too bothered about Lynette's out of character actions. I don't mind some changes if it's not too out of character. I mean, I think it really depends on who you are. Now, I'm going to now open the postcards that have the promotional CGs of all the love interests. If you don't want to see the promotional CGs, then move on. Don't stop watching, just move on. If you're happy to see the promotional CGs in these postcards, then stay and we can go crazy over them together. Now I need to make sure that no nips are showing. Okay, I think we're cool. I think we're cool. Right. Give me a moment. I'm gonna blow my nose. Okay. Right. So these are really good quality postcards, actually. So we got Gil. He looks so cute. I'm not gonna lie, like he's really not my favorite, but he was very, very cool in the fan disc. And then you've got Shelby Snail. I love Lynette in this one. She looks so pretty. And then you've got Raoul Aconite sharing a donut together. I think the thing with Lynette in this is that she's fallen in love. It's all very new to her, so her hands are full. Like she's doing her best in romance, but everything's new to her, so I don't know, that's how I feel. Now I'm really looking forward to the game. If you are having to check for censoring, there's a couple of CGs that I'm like, hang on a sec. It's the nip slips, you know, because YouTube doesn't allow those. Oh, this one is, the thing is, I actually like the CGs that are like, they're not necessarily skin color everywhere, no, not like nudity necessarily, but like it's the expressions, you know, that sensual expression. Like take this one for example. Look at that facial expression of Yuki's. Oh my god, he's so into her. I love it. I am looking forward to Yuki's route, to be honest. He's so pretty. Oh, this one is gorgeous. Oh my god. Oh, this one is so pretty. Look how cute that is. That's like a piece of art. I'm sorry, but even the webcam agrees. All the others he didn't focus on, but this one he's like, yeah, this one deserves a focus. You thought it was a hot dog? What? No. I mean, not that a hot dog is bad or anything. It's just donuts are cuter, you know? Oh, this one's cute. This one's of Peter. Oh, bless him. He's adorable. And then we've got Melanis. Nip slip from Hula? No, not Lynette, the love interest, Keiki. They would never allow a female character to have a nip slip. How dare? No, it's the and I guess just, you know what? Let's have fun and put it in that accordion of I know it's not an accordion, but it felt like it, and it's fun calling it that, so that's what I'm calling it. But accordion of this thing. Let's put them in here. Okay. But those are the promotional CGs. Sorry, but I am accustomed to different fans. Of course you are. Okay, I don't know which. Woo! It's always going everywhere. This bloody thing. So it like escapes from your hands. Okay, I don't know where to put them, to be honest. Is it this way or like which way does it work? It doesn't matter. It can go either way. Well, I personally, I don't know. Oh, but I like looking at these. So okay, I'll hide the big sexy versions. I say sexy, it's not sexy, it's just that they're adults as opposed to chibi style. That's why I gasped. I don't know how I'd feel about female nip slip. I'd find it a bit, like, it's a bit too nude. It would need to be an R18 game. I need to be prepared for it. Okay, how does this work? I don't want to break them because they're so pretty. Oh god, fucking will this stay? I feel like I'm just gonna ruin the postcards by like. Is this really difficult? Is it just me? I guess that kind of works. But I feel like I've like already damaged the corners or something. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, fortunately I picked the character that I'm not like that into first. But yeah, warning, when you like put in the postcards, be very careful, otherwise you'll probably damage them like I did. Okay, right. So next one. It's just I'm kind of like, what else am I gonna do with them? Because I don't have enough like wall space. You know what I mean? Okay. And it does look really cute once you put them in. I'm feeling very, very satisfied is what I was gonna say. I am mostly looking forward to Yuki and Shelby, but to be fair, they are the only routes I did. Oh, I see, yeah. Shelby was my favorite route. No, it was the one that I laughed at most in the main game, I think. And Alan was my favorite route. Peachy, did you buy the other limited edition, the U one with the acrylic stands? Oh no, I didn't actually. I'm just trying really hard to not spend too much money. I think I went a bit wild last year and now I'm like, oh crap, you know. So I'm trying really hard to behave. There we go. And we've got Yuki. Oh my god, this is so cute. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of like Idea Factory stuff, right? It's like the EU stuff or the North American stuff, it's like different. And it's kind of yeah, because I was really tempted by the acrylic stands. Or stand. But you know what I was even more tempted by? It was the hairband. Oh, the net looks so pretty in this card. There we go. And one final one. Shelby's written the first game made me so frustrated from the amount of misunderstanding and cockblock stuff. Oh god, Shelby's route almost reminds me of like the way my relationship started. It was like misunderstanding over misunderstanding. I literally had to like basically through a series of events, my boyfriend thought that I was sleeping around with like a bunch of people. Oh god. Which is hilarious because that is so not me. But obviously he didn't know me like that before. And he thought I was like sleeping around with a bunch of people. But he liked me, but he was like, that's not the kind of girl I want to be with. And but he wouldn't like, I think because he thought that and then saw pictures of me just happening to be with like a bunch of guys because they were my friends. I was in the science fiction and fantasy society, for goodness sake. Like 80% of that society is men. So, I don't know, whatever. So, I mean, okay, and I did say some things that were like he took to mean the wrong thing. Like, for example, I'd broken up with my ex like 2 months before I started going out with him, I think, or something like that. I can't remember. But I didn't want him to be a rebound. So instead of saying I don't want him to be a rebound, I said, I don't know why I'm trying to put this back in the plastic thing when I just put it so that it looks all pretty. Where let's put it? Okay, so that works. That does not work. Oh, I don't know. I'm getting frustrated now. I don't know where to put this. I'll sort that out. How we meet story time with Miss Peachy. Yeah, basically. But I said I want to be single for a while, and he took that as, oh, I see. So she just wants to like have some fun for a little bit before she settles down. Which, I mean, in hindsight, now I sort of see it. But in the end, honestly, it was just it was ridiculous, all the misunderstandings. It was like an otome game looking back at it. In the end, I was like, sit, listen, and then burst into tears. Oh god, I'm so ridiculous. But it all worked out, and now we've been together for over 10 years, so clearly it was worth the tears. I'll put this here for now. But anyway, that was the Cupid Parasite limited edition. I think my boyfriend can hear me and he's probably like, oh, Luli, telling that story again. But the thing is, I am the type that if there's a misunderstanding or something isn't right, I have to talk about it. Like, it can't be swept under it can't be swept on the carpet. It can't just be like left to fester. No. We're talking about it. I am gonna chase you to the end of the earth to talk about it, and I don't care if you find me annoying. We are talking about it. So, oh god, it's yeah, it's just the way I am. I need to talk about these things, which is why it frustrates me when my mum kind of like, she's the complete opposite. She gets really upset about things and then gets over it on her own and then leaves me hanging, and I'm sitting there going, but I need to talk about it. But she's over it by that point. So we're completely different in that sense, and it can be frustrating. I don't like the misunderstanding trope in games. It has to be done like, you know, it has to be done tastefully and not in a, like, if the misunderstanding trope is a, but you could have just talked, then yeah, I don't like it. But if it's like, they talk, but then it slips again, and like talk, but it slips, like if it's like that, then I don't mind. I didn't have misunderstanding in my love story, but I like it in otome manga. That's fair enough. Okay. But that's kind of, yeah, that's kind of like my unboxing and show and tell of the game. I feel like I did like an unboxing of the Japanese version like many months ago when it first came out. I can't remember. I don't know. But thank you guys for coming along. I will now probably stop and then move on to Twitch to play Link's Awakening. I don't want to like play normal games on this YouTube because this is held for otome, and Link's Awakening is nothing like otome. So I'm probably gonna stop here and move to Twitch, which, let me get the link so that some of you guys can come to Twitch with me if you do decide that you wanna, I don't know. There we go. So if you'd like to follow me into Twitch, then click that link and follow me on there. But yeah, thank you guys for coming along. It was lots of fun. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and hopefully I will see you in another one of my streams or videos. Bye!